Welcome to Anime Beacon, your one-stop spot for fast, thrilling anime recaps. Missed an episode? Want the whole story in minutes? We've got you covered, no filler, just fire from legendary sagas to hidden hits. We break it all down quick, clear, epic, hit play. Catch up, stay ahead. This is Anime Beacon, where every second counts. In the land where mana shapes fate, Arthur's journey has taken a dramatic turn. From fierce duels and hidden powers to mysterious dragon eggs and painful truths, the young prodigy has grown stronger with every challenge. Alongside Tessia, he faced the trials of awakening his beast will, the will of a dragon, and survived its fury. He formed bonds, unlocked elements beyond his age, and inspired hope in those around him. As Arthur stepped away from the elven realm, destiny led him back to his family, to a reunion filled with joy, questions, and the silent burden of secrets he would not yet reveal. Amidst it all, he mentored a struggling friend, awakened her dormant mana, and earned the respect of nobles and warriors alike. But peace was never meant to last. In the grand halls of Helstia Auction House, the evening was set ablaze with anticipation. Nobles, adventurers, and wealthy merchants gathered under a single roof, drawn by the allure of rare treasures and mystical artifacts. Arthur, dressed impeccably for the occasion, marveled at the architectural splendor. He had never seen anything quite like it, an opulence that stood in stark contrast to his days in the forest. Tonight's event was unlike any other. Even the royal family of the Kingdom of Sapin was in attendance. King Blaine Glader, Queen Priscilla, Prince Curtis, and Princess Kathleen. Their arrival sent the crowd into an uproar. Arthur couldn't help but be reminded of his past life as a king. While Reynolds, ever vigilant, supervised the security forces, Arthur quietly took in the spectacle. Item after item sold for exorbitant sums: mana beast cores, enchanted weapons, and ancient tomes. Yet amidst the noise and glamour, Arthur suddenly noticed something amiss. Sylvie was gone. He slipped away from the crowd in search of his companion. Unbeknownst to him, the royal court magician had also noticed Sylvie, and intrigued by her uniqueness, followed her trail. When Arthur finally found Sylvie, the magician confronted him, subtly suggesting that Sylvie should be handed over to the court. Arthur ignored him. Twice the magician sent small fire spells to intimidate Arthur. Twice Arthur walked away. But when the threat turned toward his family, something inside him snapped. A dark and ominous surge of mana erupted from Arthur. His eyes turned a fiery hue, and a black aura enveloped him. The pressure alone forced weaker mana users in the room to their knees. The royal magician, trembling, wet himself in fear. Just when it seemed Arthur would lose control, clarity returned. He halted, though the hall still buzzed with silent fear. The king, furious over the incident, held Reynolds responsible. But before punishment could be dealt, the court magician, still reeling from the confrontation, suggested the situation be forgiven. Secretly, he still coveted Sylvie. The king turned to Arthur and requested Sylvie be handed over. Arthur refused. He asked the king, "What price would you put on your own children?" Sylvie, he said, was like a daughter to him. Again, the king insisted. Again, Arthur refused. At the magician's command, royal guards attacked. Arthur, unyielding, took them down one by one. As the magician raised a powerful fire spell, time itself seemed to halt. Arthur, now enveloped in golden mana, walked forward. One of his eyes shimmered a glowing blue. The magician screamed, unheard by all, frozen in Arthur's domain. A single whisper from Arthur was enough to terrify him, a promise of death if he dared cross the line again. Time resumed. Arthur, drained, collapsed. When he awoke the next morning, he realized he had only barely tapped into Sylvia's gifted magic. He needed more training. Alice entered, teary-eyed but smiling, thankful for his return to safety. They later went shopping, savoring peace for a moment. Upon returning home, Arthur found a royal envoy waiting. The king had sent them to apologize and offer compensation. Arthur, seeking no further drama, also apologized for his outburst. The magician, now disgraced, blamed Arthur for his broken leg. But no one believed him. He was dismissed from service. Reynolds gave the gold compensation to Arthur, who accepted it somberly, knowing his power alone wouldn't protect him forever. The next morning, as Arthur approached the gates of Xeris Academy, a mysterious owl landed before him, staring intently. It flew into the forest, and Arthur, curious, followed. Deep within the trees, an old woman awaited him. To be continued. Thanks for watching, Anime Adventurer. If you enjoyed this journey, smash that like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more anime stories, theories, and recaps. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and your support truly means the world. Hit the bell so you never miss an episode, and until next time, stay legendary.